Well, thank you very much. As to the matter of what policies the Quartet is pursuing, they are policies that are aimed at what has actually been a long-held dream, which is that there would be two states, one for Israelis and one for Palestinians. And I have said in the past that the Palestinian people have waited long enough to have their state, and the Israelis have waited long enough to have the security that will come from having a secure and democratic neighbor. Now, I think what you've heard today is a recommitment of the international community to rapidly pursue policies that can lead to that outcome. First and foremost, we have to recognize that there have been changes in the Palestinian territories. There is an elected president of the Palestinian people, Mahmoud Abbas, who is devoted to that vision of two states. And there is a Prime Minister Salam Fayyad, who is trying on the ground, working with the international community and working with Israelis and working for Palestinians to bring about the conditions that will allow the Palestinian people to have a better life. And there are several things that we can do and that we committed to. The President, when he spoke the other day, talked about our financial commitment to the Palestinian people. That has to be a commitment to the building of political and economic institutions that Mr. Blair will be involved in. It has to be a commitment to direct assistance to the Palestinian government. This will be a new phase for the United States in particular in that direct assistance. But I want to say something in particular to the people of Gaza, which is that that commitment goes to them too. The United States is very concerned, and the Quartet expressed its concern about the humanitarian conditions in Gaza. And we are going to continue to support UN efforts to make certain that the people of Gaza have the humanitarian assistance that they need. All of that, the work on movement and access, the work on improving the economic situation, the work on improving political institutions, all of that is very important. But ultimately, it has to be bolstered by a commitment to a political future for a Palestinian state. And when we met today, one of the points that my colleagues made is that they were welcoming President Bush's recommitment to that part of the equation on Monday. We talk about a political horizon. What do we mean? We mean that the Palestinian people need to be able to see that there is indeed a concrete reality, a concrete possibility of a Palestinian state, a viable, contiguous Palestinian state that will be able to be a homeland for the Palestinian people, and that we are fundamentally committed to achieving that goal. I want to just say that in working with Tony Blair, who I've gotten to know over the last several years, I know of his passion for this issue. And I know, too, that we all understand that there have been many, many attempts to get to the two-state solution, many attempts to get to an end to this conflict. And perhaps there are lots of reasons that it has not succeeded in the past. I don't think it has not succeeded because people want it to fail. There have been many dedicated people who want it to succeed. But we need, from the Palestinian people, a commitment to building the institutions of democratic governance, democratic institutions that will not be corrupt and that will deliver for their people. We need for the Israelis a recognition and policies based on a recognition that the future of Israel lies in places like Negev and Galilee, not in the continued occupation of the West Bank. And we need support for this new government. We need from the Arab states a commitment to the end of the conflict and to support the Palestinian people in this cause. And we need from the international community the kind of focus that I think the Quartet has brought to this meeting. We also need a good bit of good luck and optimism, but I think you would have been pleased to see that the optimism and the commitment were in no short supply in today's meeting.